What is going on, good people? I hope you're having a phenomenal day so far. Today we're going to be testing out a new color grading plugin that I have for Premiere Pro, and that plugin is Dehancer. So Dehancer is a plugin used for post-production video editing software like Premiere Pro, Final Cut, DaVinci Resolve, and you can add this plugin to your footage to make it look like film, which I thought was super dope because some of the film options that they have under this plugin are some of the same things that I shoot with on the day-to-day basis. So I'm going to jump in and kind of show you guys how this program or this plugin works with some video footage. So to even start the process, you have to go ahead and download the plugin, and once you do that, here it will be listed underneath your effects panel. So all you would do is just search, and you can just do a quick search. It should just be called Dehancer, if I can spell that. There we go. And then once you found Dehancer Pro version 1.3, all you have to do is drag that straight over to your image, and we'll start with this first one that's on the screen right now. So you drag it right here. So as you see, it kind of already gives it kind of like a default film look here. I believe the specific film look for this one right now, if we click on film, is listed under Kodak Vision 3 250D. So I'm going to show you guys some of the first things that I do when I edit my footage using Dehancer here. I start with the input tab. So from the input tab here, of course, it shows the Rec 709 source option that you can have selected. But for me, what makes it a little bit easier and kind of gives you a head start on your LUT, I go ahead and I click the drop down here. I'm gonna go to choose camera. All right, now you select the camera. So this specific footage right here was shot on the Fuji X-T5 with F-Log2. So I'm gonna find the closest thing here to that, which is probably gonna be the X-H2S. They have a bunch of different options here, y'all. So just to scroll through. But I'm gonna go ahead and select the Fuji X-H2S and F-Log2 because it's probably the closest I'm gonna get to that. All right, now it adds a nice color grade to this footage and looks really beautiful so far. So now comes the fun part. You can do a lot of spicing up of your image here. We're gonna go back to that profile I mentioned underneath film. We're gonna click that. And under this section now, it has a plethora underneath this drop down list of different film stock options that you can select. And whew, there's a bunch of really good stuff here. We are going to try let's do CineSil 50D because I do love 50D so much. This was kind of a bright day and that 50D gives you that kind of a vintage cinematic look. So we'll click on that. And as you see, the footage changes quite a bit here. So 50D, at least from my shooting on both medium format and a 35mm, 50D doesn't have a lot of grain to it. This footage looks quite a bit grainy, so I'm gonna go ahead and go over to the film grain section right here. Okay, so now it lists the amount of film grain that you have in your image, the size, the amount. We're gonna go ahead and like backtrack that all the way to maybe like 4 is fine. So now you have a less grainy image. It kind of fits that fine grain version of 50D that I'm used to shooting with. And you can go into and add different options. We do have the halation effect too. And that gives that nice blooming of the highlights on some of this stuff here. There's also a bloom option too. So it depends on which one that you want to select. We are going to go under bloom right here and then go under highlights. And we're gonna bump that up just to show you guys what that looks like here. I moved it all the way from 80 to 100. Okay, also there's a diffusion section here. We'll bump that up just a tiny bit as well. We're going up to like maybe say 85. Okay, and then you can also play around with the saturation if you want to pull that down some or keep it at the top where it's at. So let's play this footage here and show you guys what this looks like. So I didn't want to straight up just have mirrorless camera footage. I actually shot some images with the GoPro Hero 11. We'll scroll over to that video right here. I shot some stuff with the GoPro Hero 11. So this particular footage here is with the GoPro Hero 11. It is with the flat picture profile on the Hero 11. So we're gonna go ahead and again drag that Dehancer Pro version 1.3 over to our footage. Alrighty. So now again, it gives us that default, I believe it's that Vision 250 look that's right at the top there. We can go ahead and again, I'm gonna select a camera just because I am not going to go ahead and go with a mirrorless camera. I'm gonna try to find something else in here that's maybe close to that action camera-y look, and then go from there. Let's see, ZV1, nope, we'll stay away from that. Let's do like the Black Magic Design one here. Let's try that, see what we can get. We were shooting this at maybe, let's try 32. That might be a little bit too much here. Let's try the ISO 400 instead. Okay, we're gonna keep cycling through until we find something that we like, which is the super cool part about this. And then I probably think the default one is gonna fit me well. Right there. Okay, so right now we're using the Blackmagic Design Pocket Cinema camera 4K film. Kind of a LUT right here. And then I'm gonna actually bump up some of the exposure just a tad bit. Just a little bit here. Okay. Alrighty. I do like the temperature currently, especially thanks to that LUT. So we'll move on from that portion. We're gonna go back down to the film here. So I will say, I do think this would be really cool in black and white, and I want to go with more of that CineSeal BWXX look, and I believe they have that here, but it is the Kodak Eastman XX, which is the same exact stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and select that here. Ooh, that looks vintage. Okay, I see. I like that a lot. I'm gonna go back under the film grain section because Eastman XX or CineSeal BWXX is definitely a grainy film stock, even though it's a 200 to 250 variable ISO film. This stuff is super duper grainy, so we're going to go ahead and add just a little bit more here. We're at 20, so we'll probably go to maybe let's do like 26 just to be on the safe side here. And then of course we can go grain amount. We don't want it to be like our grain size. We don't want to be like super over the top. We're gonna go like 1.5 just to bump up some of that size on the grain here. Not that it's like overly rough, but then we can also adjust our midtones and our highlights here. I'm gonna pull down the highlight just a little bit. And then I'm gonna boost our shadows up a bit. I like the midtones where they're at. Okay. And again, elation here, we're gonna hit our source limiter button. We're gonna drag that up just a tad bit here. We're gonna get some of that bloom effect in here. Okay, fusion. All right, I think we are good on that here. Let me go ahead and play this clip for y'all, and you let me know what you think in the comment section. In all honesty, these film stock simulations they have baked into this plugin look super realistic to the stuff that I'm shooting with. And again, that's a super plus because then I can get my footage to look exactly like my images that I take with my film cameras. So outside of that, we have one more clip here. We're gonna go ahead and kind of dive in and edit that one as well. We'll slide over. So this next one, we were outside. There's a nice ray of sunlight hitting her face. I already know what I am going to do for this one here. This is super simple. This just screams Fuji Color 400H. So we're gonna go ahead and again hit input. We'll go ahead and select our camera. Now this was in fact recorded with the Fujifilm X-H2S and the F-Log2 picture profile. So we're gonna find that bad boy real quick. Here we are, slapped it on there. That already is starting to look phenomenal. We're gonna switch over to film, go down, and I'm going to find Fuji Color 400H because I know they got it. It's somewhere in here. Here we go, Fuji Color Pro 400H, slap that bad boy. Oh my goodness. And you can just tell Fuji Color 400H always does a really good job with melanated skin, and I think this is phenomenal because this also highlights kind of the same thing. Honestly, I don't even think I need to bump up saturation or anything like that right now because it looks really nice just straight from this picture profile. So I'm going to export this and show you guys what this looks like now. Given the ability of this plugin to really get super close to those film looks with my video footage, it really makes it hard for me to go back and actually like edit and use some other color grading tips when I know I can just add this plugin on and spice up a couple settings on here and call it a day. Dehancer makes color grading super duper easy. I'm happy to, have used this plugin here, and I can't wait to create more footage using the plugin and the different type of film stocks that they have built into it. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.